Hello, hello. It is the one and only 5D Transformations, and I'm back. And this video is very important because we're going to talk about frequency on a higher level because I think we got to take it back to the basics. A very wise man named Nikola Tesla, um, what he said was if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So let's really tap into that and let's really dig into that for a second on a 5D and up level, right? So just to break it down, we know energy, that's a fundamental substance of the universe. Energy essentially is electricity, is what powers this entire experience that we have. And everything transforms, right? This is why we call it 5D transformations. I mean, energy transforms, and that's what we can consider creativity or creation, which we have, right? We have the ability to do what is already being done that resulted us in being here. Now, frequency refers to how often a wave oscillates, and oscillation is how much something moves back and forth. So that kind of aligns with the law of rhythm, but it's like if you pluck a guitar string, it goes, and then that is creating such a fast wave, right? It's the frequency. So, let's say in 1 minute, the amount of times that it goes back and forth, right? That's the frequency. It's continuing to do this 20, 30, 40 times. The more it does it, that frequency in that short amount of time is going to create a certain wave and a certain level of intensity. What you got to understand is this: energy is the source. When we talk about where we're building from, it's energy. And energy, let's just keep it simple. We're just going to do plus and minus, right? Do you have a positive energy or a negative energy? Because that will determine a lot, right? Now, a lot of ways that we're able to determine positive or negative energy is based on the vibration. The higher the vibration, that we got to be careful though, because you can have high vibration that's negative. You can have low vibration that's positive. You can have high vibration that's positive. You can have low vibration that's negative. But people who vibrate low tend to operate from a lower vibration, or you know what I mean? People who operate from a low vibration tend to operate on a lower frequency, but they can still have positive energy doing that. So the first thing you got to understand is, what's your energy? And based on that, you also then got to look at how are you vibrating? Because a lot of people want to manifest powerful things in their life, but you're vibrating low. You want to manifest positive things in your life, but you got a negative energy. So you got to first make sure and check in, how's my energy and how's my vibration? That's going to determine a lot. Now, based on that is going to determine the frequency that you're giving off around you, because you got to understand, based on the frequency of the vibration during that period of time is going to create a reality, is going to create a shape. And these shapes end up playing out to our reality. And you have some high vibratory things, right? Like the higher vibration, the shape is going to look more beautiful. It's like a fruit, when it's ready to be eaten and is perfectly in that place that it needs to be, is vibrating high. So you eat it, you get the vibration because it's emanating a frequency off of it. If it's looking like it's going to die, the vibration is going to be lower. If it's rotten with mold coming out of it and you eat it, you might get sick because it's operating from a low vibration and you're encountering that. What you got to understand is that energy and vibration creates frequency, and frequency has a wave. And you got to understand that based on the frequency that you step out in, like if I see myself as a king and I step out with a king frequency, that's going to emanate and it's going to project. We all have an astral field around us. We all have a band around us and of a band of energy, right? Everybody's moving with energy. And you got to understand that, like, that determines a lot of things. And people don't understand that you're moving around with low vibration. You're moving around with, low energy or negative energy. And then you're wondering why the frequency that you're getting, the outcomes and the shapes you're getting are these negative things. It all begins with your energy and your vibration. And you got to understand that frequency is about how many times you experience something in a period of time. And if you want to increase experiencing positive opportunities, you got to get around it more. That's going to require you to raise your vibration and raise your energy level up in order to get into a new frequency. and continue that frequency. Because you got to remember, you might experience something once, but that's low frequency. You're not experiencing it enough for it to become a consistent frequency in your life. The higher frequency that you're experiencing it, the more that it's able to stick as part of your just natural experience. So I want to put it like this, and this is something that nobody's ever told me this, but I think this is a powerful statement, which is positive energy plus high vibration equals great frequency. You know what I mean? Equals powerful frequency. So let me say that again. Positive energy plus high vibration equals powerful frequency. Powerful frequency is going to create your reality. That's essentially how you create your reality. It's going to give you a wave of energy that's powerful and magnetic, and you're going to attract everything to you. And you're going to just have doors open for you because your vibration and your, energy is going to get you in, and it's just going to match the shape. Like your frequency is going to match the frequency of that, and you're just going to go straight through it. It's like, there's times, I'll give you a prime example. Like there's times where me and my boys, I remember we went on this trip to Made in America with some girls. We ended up, and that who ended up being one of them ended up being my girlfriend. And we went out there, and they had tickets to go to Made in America. We didn't, right? We were just like, hey, we're just gonna go for the ride while y'all are at Made in America. We're just gonna bust our own moves, you know what I mean? And then I was also like, man, we could just get in there. Who cares? Like we might be able to sneak in, but I don't know, right? It sounded like an idea, but we was like, I don't know. So the first night they went, we ain't go. We were just kicking it. Cause we was like, man, we ain't about to get into Made in America. We ain't got no tickets. The second night we was like, screw it, man. Let's see if we can get in. So you know what we did? We walked in and acted like we were supposed to be there. We just walked in, and everybody was nervous, and I just jumped in there first. And I just started walking down, just like, yeah, here you go. He just gave me my band. He didn't think nothing of it because he's walking. He's seeing a frequency of people that all look like they're supposed to be here. Unless I operate from a lower vibration or a weird energy, it's not a positive energy. It's a weird energy, and I'm now nervous. He might begin to see that and be like, this frequency doesn't match everyone else. Hone in on me. Then he's like, excuse me, can I see your thing? And the next thing you know, I'm getting checked. Like, but they didn't. I walked in like I was supposed to be there. My vibration was high. My energy was high. That's what we can call confidence. Confidence increases the chance of manifesting things, right? So my energy's high. My vibration's high. Boom. I walk in. He just like got me in, and I walked in, got my thing for free. So I look back at them, I'm like, oh shit, like we did it. Like we did it. Or I did it. Like, yo, it can happen. And I seen a couple of my other friends who had went right behind me. So now they already, boom, they come in. So now I got one homie who was nervous. And he's like, oh man, I gotta go. Like, we're like, bro, come on. So he went, he got out the other boom, got in. Right. Now what's funny is we were hanging out, and we saw later on some other people try to do that and got caught. And that goes to show you, you don't know what their vibration or energy was. When you wonder why you got a certain outcome and somebody else got a different outcome, what's the vibration that you have? And you got to remember, you need all the ingredients to align, because I know people who are good at positive energy, high vibration, but their frequency, they have not, they operate on a lower frequency. They're around lower frequency situations. So they might be the most positive person, but they're in the hood, or they're in, low vibrational places. So they're dealing with a lot of resistance. And you got to remember, don't forget the frequency. You want to be part of a certain frequency. You got to remember, waves and frequency is what our minds tap into to experience realities. You have to understand that the frequency you tap into is going to give you a certain outcome. You have to be intentional about the frequency you want to tap into, because you can be a very positive person, a very high vibrational person, but you might be in the wrong environment because that's the place you frequent all the time. You got to understand, where you constantly frequent. Where do you frequent at? Like, where's your energy? Where's your attention going? And that's where attention is so important, because your attention is looking at frequencies, and it's looking at solid frequencies. And that's how you really can see what you attract to. Because even in front of me, I got a big old flat screen TV, and I'm like, yo, it's giving me different frequencies. It's tuning in to different frequencies, and it's showing me this. And my energy is now saying, do I align, or do I like this? Do I resonate with this? Like right now, I'm seeing a movie commercial. I'm looking at the movie commercial, it's giving me these random frequencies. I'm seeing random people on a plane or whatever. And I'm like, right now, I don't resonate with this, right? I'm high vibrational, whatever. This is a different frequency, but they might put something else on that I resonate with, and I'm like, that's my frequency. But that's how life is, right? Now, what they do that's smart with commercials is they put it out in front of everybody. They put out a frequency and say who gravitates to this, right? And that's how things operate. It's like a radio station. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. It's like a radio station. You're putting out the waves, but everyone isn't channeling into that signal. You got to turn to 96.3 or 95.5 or 97, hot 97, or whatever. You got to tune into that frequency and then you can hear it. If you don't tune into the frequency, you won't be able to hear it. And so that's how reality is. If you do not tune into the reality, you will not be able to experience the reality. If you are not looking for that channel, if you do not find the channel of wealth, you will not access wealth. You can be high vibration, you can be high good energy, but you're not going to be around wealth. You could be a low vibration, you could be negative energy and experience wealth still because you are looking for that frequency, but just know you're going to experience wealth on a very low vibratory and negative energy level. And we see that all the time. We see celebrities now in these court cases and trials for doing all this negative stuff while they have money. And that lets you know that they were tapped into the right frequencies and they were probably high vibrational at times, but they were low vibrational at times. You also might have people who were high vibrational, but negative energy. So they're giving this high vibratory negative energy, but they are tapped into those frequencies. So you got to know the beautiful thing is you and somebody else might be tapped into a similar frequency. So we both might love music and make music, but because I'm high vibration and I'm positive energy, my music's going to put me in this type of space. And because they're low vibration and negative energy, but they make music, their music is going to put them in these type of spaces. So when you're finding out people going through all this negative stuff, you got to understand the frequency is just the music or the industry or the rap or the country or the basketball or the soccer. Like those are the frequencies. The energy and vibration that you bring to those frequencies is going to determine the experience you have with that frequency. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm going to just close out right there, man. There's so much game in there. I really hope you all decode this and break it down because, this is coming straight from the 5D and above. You know what I mean? That's what we do. It's 5D transformations, man. I really appreciate y'all listening. It's the one and only. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let's keep growing the channel so I can keep giving you this game. Make sure to check out the Patreon. We have the official Pyramidian coaching with some all new videos coming out this week. That Pyramidian coaching program will change your life, as well as the courses that I have on there. It's monthly subscription on there to access the courses. But I also have an option where you have full-time access to it. It's right on the Patreon. It's the main package, the Pyramidian package. And you can see it all on the Patreon. You see the link in the bio. I appreciate you all for listening, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.